Another corpse. How many more will there be? A broken spine. Someone jumped on him from a great height. He must have died very slowly. The gravedigger, Mr. Talbot, might have been killed by his own dog. His throat corresponds with that theory. But who killed the dog? I can't understand what might have mangled him like that. And I'll know there'll be more in that than just a broken door. Is it possible the dog killed the gravedigger? No. It couldn't get so far with a broken spine. It has something in its teeth. I can't pull it out. An interesting catch. I'll make some notes. I'll have enough time to examine it later. Every detail might... The piece of cloth I found between his teeth is of great significance. It might prove whether the dog bit into the gravedigger's clothes. One doesn't have to be a great sportsman to climb up that. Sometimes even the slightest detail can be important, but I can't see anything. If it hadn't been here, it would have been much more difficult to climb up the wall. I don't want to get my clothes dirty. I can't see any signs of a struggle. That is strange. The ground is too hard. There are no footprints. Pity. The fabric doesn't match the gravedigger's clothes. The dog definitely fought with someone else. I wouldn't like to find out he's the one behind all this, and has just been pulling my leg all along. Sergeant, I'll need your help. I want you to prevent anybody from entering the graveyard.
Of course, sir.
We have a murder here. I don't want anybody to be blundering around.
Wouldn't it be better if I ran to the station, sir?
No, it would not. You will not move an inch from the gate.
Excuse me, sir, but I think...
You personally guarantee that nobody will get to the cemetery. Do you understand?
As you wish, sir. You are the detective, sir.
The best thing I can do is report the incident myself, and the sooner the better. At least I can try out the office telephone. I suppose the best thing I can do now is phone Chief Inspector Powell. I'm not against technical progress, but when I'm talking to someone, I prefer to look in their eyes rather than at a wretched box. Detective Sergeant Briscoe, put me through to Chief Inspector Powell, please. I see. And when will he return? It's urgent. All right, I'll call back later. Please tell him I called and that I'll be in the field now if he needs to talk to me. He'll know. Goodbye. He's not here, and he should be back in 2 hours, so what should I do now? I'm not going to waste my time. I'll search the neighborhood to try and find clues, and then we'll see.
I'm just asking, nothing more.
And I am repeating that it is pointless. There is nothing to see in there.
Well, if there is nothing to see, why don't you allow me to go in?
I have to insist that you leave.
Oh, I perfectly understand. Who's your superior?
You can ask at the station.
Thank you very much for your helpfulness.
Any troubles, Carter?
Not at all, sir. Just this annoying journalist. He wants you to go in.
Mind he stays on this side of the wall.
Should I arrest him straight away, sir?
Do you have any reason to do that?
I think he's suspicious, sir. How come he appeared right here?
Leave it up to me. I don't want to jump to conclusions. So the journalist has gone for a ride. And he has the camera with him by complete coincidence, I'm sure. Unfortunately, I've no reason to confiscate it. As they say, wherever the devil can't go, he sends a journalist. Excuse me, are you with the press?
And you with police, if I'm not mistaken.
I see there is no need to pretend anything. So I suppose you will not mind several questions, will you?
Of course not.
What are you doing here so early in the morning?
There's nothing strange about it. I'm working on an article about the funeral of Sir William, which took place yesterday. You know, the nobleman, nicknamed Mad William or something. I bet I won't be the only journalist who'll come here today, so I got up early.
I suppose the family of the deceased is agreeable to that, and that you have their consent?
Inspector, I hope we two are not going to trespass upon each other's patch.
Let me make it clear. I am no inspector, but I'm going to keep a close watch on you. You can count on that. And I'm prepared to pressure you if it's necessary.
I accept the challenge. It will be my pleasure to work with you.
Not mine. Big-headed fool. Just wait, I'll show you. Did you know Sir William personally?
No, we never met, thank God.
Tell me, how can you write about someone you don't know?
Inspector, everyone knew Sir William because of what he did during his life. I've talked to plenty of people who ran away from the horror. Trust me, the stories were terrible.
Verified by whom?
The horror of those people's eyes, Inspector. It will convince you more than anything else.
This is leading nowhere. A prostitute in a church would be more credible than him. I could not overlook the machine.
Do you like it? It has 3 gears. The latest technology.
I was talking about the camera you have in that bag.
Oh, that thing. Fairly common type. The picture's caught on a glass plate. It can be easily broken, which is why I had to buy a better bike, to lessen the risk.
And I suppose you have it on you by complete coincidence.
Not at all. I came to take some pictures of a tomb. A particular tomb.
You don't even have enough imagination to think up a lie.
I don't want to insult your intelligence. I still hope we'll come to an agreement and you'll let me in. I can make a famous man of you.
Forget it. Pack your stuff and get away. He's laughing in my face. I've never seen such impudence before. Sir, you have no business here, so please leave.
Don't count on it.
Have you ever seen a prison cell from the inside?
I have. But don't get me wrong, it's nothing to shout about.
Exactly.
Is that supposed to be a threat? You can't arrest me.
I'll do it.
I'll complain.
You can.
I'm not going to leave anyway. The public has a right to know what's going on.
He didn't swallow the bait. He's no amateur. A reminder of the plague which befell Plymouth last century. What's this? I almost overlooked it. An interesting catch. I'll make some notes. Someone threw it away the night Sir William's body disappeared. It must have been so. Otherwise, someone would already have picked it up. A hand-rolled cigarette. I don't really know much about it, but I don't think this is usual cigarette paper. I wonder what an experienced smoker would think of it. Do you have any matches?
Of course, sir. Do you smoke?
No. Sometimes I just need to shine light on something.
I have a cigarette from time to time, sir, but it's hard on the pocket. Here you are, sir.
Thank you. Sergeant, you told me you smoke sometimes.
Yes, I'm partial to the odd smoke, sir.
How much would this kind of cigarette cost?
Oh, let me see. Well, hand-rolled, that's nothing unusual. It depends on the tobacco, you know. This one, for instance, smells very good. Why are you interested in it, sir?
I found it near the column. It might have belonged to someone who knows what happened here.
Really? How would you know that, sir?
Because I doubt it would go unnoticed all day. And what would a typical resident of this district do if they were passing by chance and saw it lying there on the footpath?
He would pick it up, sir. I see. So someone must have thrown it away tonight.
Exactly. And it is more than probable that the person who threw it away knows what happened here.
In that case, sir, I have such a theory, if it helps you, sir.
Go ahead.
No one rolls a cigarette in a hurry, sir. Maybe in a pub or while one is waiting for someone. I guess it would be the latter case. It takes time to prepare the whole thing, sir. It's Something like a ritual of killing time, sir.
Not only time, Sergeant. Thank you for your remark. The mysterious smoker is slowly emerging. But if I really want to find him, I'll need more than one cigarette. This is not a suitable hiding place for a thief. It's right in front of the main gate and quite well lit. Whoever was waiting at the monument failed to smoke his cigarette, but he didn't fear being found. He uses top-quality tobacco. Most of the local rabble couldn't afford it. I notice you are no stranger to the smoker's habits.
Well, I picked up a bit over the years, sir.
But are you also familiar with cigarette papers?
The cigarette won't let you rest, will it, sir?
I examined it under the magnifier, and it seems to me that the paper it is wrapped in is somewhat strange. But I might be wrong. That is why I'm asking you.
Can I see it, sir?
Certainly.
It is unusual, you're right, sir. One has to pay for higher quality goods. But some people are content with anything what comes into their hands. Newspapers are popular, for instance. They say it tastes better, sir, but I prefer the usual soft paper. Sorry, I can't tell what this cigarette is made of, sir.
But obviously it's not newspaper.
Indeed, sir. Unroll it, sir. Maybe you'll find out more then.
Thank you for the advice, but that would destroy it. Maybe later.
As you think, sir.
He uses an unusual cigarette paper. I don't want to destroy the only evidence now, but I'll have to unwrap the cigarette later. We have work to do, Sergeant. Someone has broken into a nobleman's family tomb.
Oh, unbelievable. What are people capable of today?
Tell me, has something similar happened before?
I don't know about anything like that, sir. Try asking the local vicar.
Yes, I was going to do that.
Shall I go to the office, sir?
Why? Do you think we'll need help?
Well, I think we might.
I'll manage, don't worry. Do you know that man?
I do, sir, unfortunately.
Why the regret?
His name is Nathaniel Forrest. He brings nothing but trouble. I don't know how it's possible, sir, but any time anything happens, he's there. He's like a pain in my neck, sir.
Which newspaper does he write for?
The Courier, sir. A local sheet, nothing special. He publishes a photograph, adds several pages of rubbish, and people swallow it. But in my opinion, sir, serious people never read anything like that.
I have to ask you, where were you last night?
We buried Sir William last night. It was the family's wish that he was buried in secret, so the funeral was after sunset. It is strange you do not know that. The police supervised the whole ceremony. After the funeral, I went to bed and fell into a deep sleep.
So you didn't hear or see anything suspicious?
No, otherwise I would have investigated.
I think that sounds credible. Why did you explicitly want Inspector Lockley to come?
A strange question. Don't you know what he devoted himself to?
I've not had the pleasure of meeting him.
The inspector investigated most of those cases nobody else wanted to work on, including all accusations against Sir William. We have talked to each other several times.
Was he interested in anything in particular?
Once or twice he wanted to enter Lewis's tomb, but he never obtained the permission. Then I think he found a better hobby than hunting ghosts in graveyards. I have not seen him for weeks now.
So, the police participated in the funeral as well. I was just on my way to Plymouth. I'd be grateful for any information.
Not directly. They only had to look out for troublemakers that might possibly try to disrupt the ceremony. Sir William was very unpopular thanks to the rumors.
And were there any troubles?
It depends. The police made several raids on the local disreputable public houses, in the hope that it would divert attention from the graveyard. It seemed to have worked, but this morning, alas, I found the damaged tomb. It is a terrible tragedy.
I took a walk around the graveyard. It's a pretty big area. How do you manage to look after it?
It was Mr. Talbot's responsibility. He received an extra payment for that.
Did you allow him to have a dog with him?
Oh yes, I totally forgot about it. I will have to take care of the dog.
I'm afraid it won't be necessary. The animal is dead too.
I simply cannot understand this. Mr. Talbot trained dogs very well. Nobody was better at training dogs than him.
I suppose the dog tried to protect its master, and it kept attacking the murderer until the last breath. I also suppose the murderer fled over the top of the wall in the back part of the graveyard, where it's no problem to climb up. That's why the gravedigger's dog was killed in a different place to its master.
But tell me, Detective, who could have done such a thing?
I'll tell you that as soon as we find him. There'll be more in that than just a broken door. I have no reason to go in yet. Strange. It's as if it was still waiting for its owner. Strange. I've never seen an empty coffin in a tomb before. Father Mulcahy might know more about that. Strange. Why would they put an empty coffin here? Maybe I just don't understand local customs. There isn't enough light. I can't read anything. There isn't enough light. I can't read anything. He is completely cold. No, nobody has used it for ages. Better to be safe than sorry. I poured everything out. Sergeant Carter lent me these, but I doubt he wants them back. Why would they put an empty coffin here? Maybe I just don't understand local customs. Now, this is better. The oldest deceased was Abraham Lewis, died at the age of 38. Odd. The tomb seems to be for male family members only. But none of them lived to reach the age of 40. What could it be? I can't grasp it properly. The crevice is too narrow. Well, I expected a coin. This won't be of any substantial value. I'm no expert, but it cannot be recognized by the naked eye. No scratches, a perfect cut, and a very specific refraction of light. It takes my breath away. This must be a real diamond. It could be worth a fortune, and I'm just carrying it around in my pocket.